Well, the final Democratic presidential debate before the Iowa caucuses going on just a few hours south of here.
The candidates going back and forth on topics like trade and the conflict with Iran. Fox 9's Theo Keith is live in Des Moines for us tonight. Theo, it seems like it's been a pretty colorful debate so far.
It has been, and this is the last chance for all of these candidates with the Iowa caucuses just 20 days away now. And it has been a pretty substantive first hour of the debate. Senator Amy Klobuchar has been drawing distinctions with Bernie Sanders on issue after issue. She said just a few minutes ago that his Medicare for All health care plan was not realistic. She said that she would not withdraw all U.S. troops from the Middle East. Sanders and Elizabeth Warren say they would do that. And she said that she supports the U.S., Canada, Mexico trade deal. Sanders opposes it.
The answer is we could do much better than a Trump-led trade deal.
This new trade deal is a modest improvement. Senator Sanders himself has said so. It will give some relief to our farmers. It will give some relief to our workers.
I support the USMCA. I am glad that these improvements were made that are supported by people like Richard Trumka and Sherrod Brown on labor and environment and on pharma, the sweetheart deal, because I think we need a big trading bloc with North America to take on China.
Mayor Buttigieg, do you
I mentioned this is the last chance for all these candidates on a big stage, and it is a critical moment for Senator Amy Klobuchar, who is stuck in fifth in the polls. We are at a Klobuchar watch party here on the Drake University campus. 3 busloads full of Klobuchar supporters came down from the Twin Cities earlier today. They are hoping that their candidate has a breakthrough tonight. There was a lot of Minnesota in Iowa ahead of Tuesday's debate.
I think she just has to show people more who she is. I think a lot of the other people who are ahead of her have a lot more name recognition. Among Amy Klobuchar's supporters, we met 2 people who had driven 6 hours from Duluth. Is it worth it to be down here?
Of course. You know, any support for Amy. She is our senator, and she would make a wonderful nominee.
She needs to have a strong debate tonight, which I think she did last time.
Klobuchar's top surrogate making the rounds on national news programs, the mayor of Minneapolis, Jacob Frey.
We've all got a choice, you know, do we want to mess around or do we want to beat Donald Trump? And I think that Amy's the best candidate to do so.
But for how much Minnesota support she has in Iowa, Klobuchar needs more Iowa support in Iowa. She's been stuck in fifth in the polls, well behind the 4 frontrunners. I asked one of her Iowa supporters why that is. What is it that she needs to do to convince more of your fellow Iowans?
Well, I think what you see, a lot of the enthusiasm in caucus-based politics are the extremes of parties.
What I'm offering is a choice.
It is clear that the few hundred people in this room support their candidate, Senator Klobuchar. They have been cheering after almost every answer that she gives. But the fact remains is this. In this millennium, since 2000, not a single person has lost the Iowa caucuses and went on to win the Democratic nomination. Senator Klobuchar has a lot of ground to make up. She's running a distant 5th in the polls. Live in Des Moines, Theo Keith, Fox 9.